We got us a Walking Liberty Ender. My first find since I come over to bottom feed with Scott. Looks like we got us a big old dandy button. Let's see what we have. Oh yeah. Got us a Benji. Thinking we got some silver here. Oh no, it's not. We have us a Walker. We got us a cat bust. I can't make out a year or anything yet. That is awesome. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Rick from Hunting Southwest Ohio, and we're back for episode number 16 of the Nickel Hunt and Fill series. Fresh box. Got our albums here in front of us. Got our Buffalo Nickel album here. We did find one last hunt. Unfortunately, I just cannot for sure figure out the date. I have a good idea what it is, but unless I know for sure, I'm just not willing to add it to the album. I want to be sure that we have everything slotted in the correct place. Have our Jefferson Nickel albums here. We are not going to get into them at the beginning of the hunt. Those of you who have been following along know where we're at. If you have not been following along, you'd like to get caught up, I will have a link up above. Go ahead and click that. Get caught up if you'd like. Otherwise, we're going to go ahead, crack this box open, which I did double check it, make sure that it was circulated. And we do have circulated nickels, that is what I like to see. So, excited to get into these. Excited to hopefully add some nickels to the books, and looking for silver, more nickels, obviously, and we're looking for errors, varieties, foreigns, or anything else cool we can find. Appreciate you coming along, and we will see you on the first find. Roll number 1, and we've got a proof, and it's an older proof. We have a 1971 S. Not in terrible shape, but not in the greatest shape either, but I'm happy to have it. Do not have a lot of nickel proofs. I will be hanging on to it. And it is a great first find. Roll number 2, and we have our first 50s nickel. We have a 1951. S would be a semi-key, but this one will be a filly, but I will take it. Roll 16, and we finally have our first 40s nickel. This has been a tough box. It started out quick with that proof. And we have a 1946 out of Philly. I will weigh this up, check out the R for the Henning nickel. If I find anything, I will bring you back in. Rule 23. And this is only our 4th find of the box, but it is a 30s nickel. We have a 1939. Would love to see a mint mark. And it's going to be a filly. We will go ahead and check it for the doubling on the Monticello and 5 cents. I do not see it, but I will take a 39. It's been a super slow box. Hopefully this is a sign that it's picking up. Roll 27. And we have a 1941, 3rd 40s nickel of the hunt. And it will be out of Philly. Roll 29, and again, this happened in the last box. Got another penny, and it is a 2007. Not even something we can look for an error on, but see what we have in this roll and continue on. Roll 31, and we finally have 40s nickel number 3, and it'll be a 1949. Out of Philly. Roll 32, and 40s nickel number 4. We have a 1941 out of Philly. Roll 35, and this is only our 2nd 50s nickel of the hunt. It is a 1957 out of Denver. Roll 36, and 50s nickel number 3 of the hunt. We have a 1958 out of Denver. Roll 37, roll 37. And 50s nickel number 4 finally. Things may be picking up. 1959 out of Philly. Roll 40. And 40s nickel number 5 of the hunt. We have a 1948 out of Philly. Roll 42. And we have another 40s nickel, number 6 of the hunt, And it is another 1949, better shape than the last one. And it will be out of Philly. Roll 46, and we have 40s nickel, number 7. It will be a 1942. I do not see these often. And it will be a Philly. All right, we are back. Box 1 is hunted. Go over a quick wrap up here. We're going to go ahead and get into a box 2. We did not have a ton of finds in this one, but we had a few good ones. Unfortunately, we did have a penny. We have a proof that we found, which is cool to find one of those in a box. It's been a while. 1971. That's proof. Got a few possible album upgraders here along the top, or maybe additions. Most likely upgraders. We got 4 from the 50s. We got 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 from the 40s. 1 from the 30s. We did get that 139. So, no silver, no buffalo, no key dates. And we did not get at least 20 finds in the box. So we're going to go ahead, get into box 2. It's another one I have sitting at the house here. I did pop it open when I brought it home. Checked it. Do have circulated nickels. So, excited to get into it. See what we can find. Bring you back in when we hit the first find. Roll number 9. And finally, we have our first find of the box. And to start it out, we're going to have us a 1939. Will we get lucky and get a mint mark? We will not. Well, let's go ahead and check this for the DDR. Looking at 5 cents in Monticello. And I am not seeing it, but nice to have a 39 for a first find. Roll 13. And we have our first 50s nickel of box 2. It is a 51. 51S will be a semi-key, if we could get one. Don't recall if we have this in the album or not, but let's see what we have. And it is 51S. We will take that. Awesome. Semi-key in the box and a 39. Need to get some more finds on the board. Same roll, and 50s nickel number 2 will be a 1954. That is also an S, a 54S. Awesome. S's in the box. We'll take that. Don't see a lot of them. Roll 26, and it has been slow for about 12 or 13 rolls, but I just got this one out, opened it up, pushed him down, and you can see the feathers sticking out. We have got us a buffalo. Ooh, not sure on a date. That one looks pretty tough. And no mint mark. Let's see if we can get anything on the date at all. 19. Boy, that is tough. I think that is an 8. I believe this right here is our 8. You can kind of see it there and there. So you got 1, 9. I'm leaning towards 1918, but I'm not 100% sure. Well, let me think about this. We may just double check the mint mark. Nope, no mint mark. We may nicodate this at the end. I'm going to take another look at this. We'll get back to it at the end. See if we can determine what it is. If not, I will nicodate it. I hate to do it, but if I can't figure it out, I want it to fill a spot in the album if possible. So I would rather have a date. So we'll see you on the next find. Roll 27. And this will be our second 40s nickel. I forgot to mention when we found that buffalo last roll, that was only the 4th. This will be the 5th find of the entire box so far. 27 rolls in. It has been very slow. I usually don't have boxes quite this slow. We have a 1947 out of Denver. Well, we'll take it. 40s nickel number 2. Roll number 28. And they've got us again for the second time. I think we have another penny. It is. And at least it's copper. 1977. All right. Let's see if we got anything else in the roll. Roll 30. And we have a 1955. 55 Philly is a semi-key date. We already have one semi-key. Could we get lucky enough for two in this box? Nope, it will be a Denver, but it is another fine. 50s nickel, number 3 of box 2. Roll 31, and they've already got us for a couple pennies. We may be fighting back. It looks like we've got us a dime. We do, and it's going to be a 2019 D. We'll take it. We made up 5 cents. Roll 32. And just pop this roll open, pushed them down, and there it is. We got another Buffalo. Second one of the box. Ooh, that one is war. That is a raised mound. Probably a D. Let's double check the date. I'm pretty sure this is going to be a 1917. Can't really tell. But that is a raised mound, I believe. D mint mark. Give me just a second. I'm going to look this up real quick. I don't think this is a low mintage, but it's just not registering here real quick. Just a second. All right, I'm back. And my mistake, raised mound is going to be a 1913. This would be a 1913 D, I believe. That couldn't be the only possibility with a raised mound, so I'll definitely take that. Definitely cannot make out a date. It is pretty war. But I believe, I don't think I'll nick a date this one, but I believe this is going to be a 1913 D, Type 1, raised mound. Nice to see that in a box. We'll take it. Roll 27. Finally starting to feel like this box is heating up a little bit. We got 50s nickel number 4. And it will be a 1954 out of Denver. Roll 34. And yet again, penny number 3 in a roll. And it's going to be ugly looking. Zinc cent. Out another 4 cents. Hopefully there's something better in this roll. Roll 35. And maybe we will catch up. Looks like we got another dime in this roll. And it is another 2019. This time out of Philly. Roll 37. 50s nickel number 3 of the hunt, and this is only going to be the 7th find of this box other than the nickels and pennies. It's been pretty tough. This will be a 1952, and that will be out of Denver. Roll 38. 50s nickel number 4 of box 2 in 1959 out of Denver. Roll 40, and we got a second 39. Got one earlier in this box. It is a 1939. Will we have the mint mark? We do not. It is a Philly. Check it for the DDR. Should see it here on Monticello and cents. And I am not seeing it. See a lot of damage. All right. I'll take a second 39 in the box. Roll 42. And again, penny number 4. They're killing me. Roll 43. And 40s nickel number 2 of box 2 will be a 1948 out of Philly. Roll 46. And 50s nickel number 4 of box 2. It will be another 59 out of Denver. All right, box 2 is hunted. All in all, considering we didn't get a lot of finds, it was a good hunt. The 2 buffaloes obviously were the saving grace of that hunt. We did get a couple dimes. Unfortunately, 4 pennies. Got our 2 buffalo nickels. A lot of possible album upgraders here at the top. I don't know if any of these will be additions, but we'll take them for sure. We did get that 51S. That is a semi-key date. And we didn't get a lot of finds in box 2. Total finds for box 2 was 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So that was definitely probably one of the worst boxes I think I've hunted, but those 2 buffaloes definitely made up for it. So I'll go ahead, grab the albums, we'll get those out. I think I am going to go ahead and nicodate both the buffaloes. I just want to make sure that they're right when I put them in. I just don't want to get the wrong one in there. I don't know, the more I think about it, this raised mount I'm going to leave. I know what it is. It can only be a 13D. So I'm going to leave that one alone. I am going to nicodate this other one because I just can't make out a date on it. Hopefully that will fill a spot that we have open in the album. So, go ahead, get those albums out, and let's see what we have. Alright, we are back with our Buffalo album. Unfortunately, we already do have a 1913D raised ground or raised mound. So, we won't be needing that one. I will add that to my Buffalo tube. But, the other one is definitely a 1918 filly. And we do not have that. So, we're going to be adding that to the album, which is awesome. I love adding to this Buffalo album, and we've done really well so far. So, let me go ahead and get into the first Jefferson Nickel album, see what we can add to that one. All right, album number 1, which will be our 1938 through 1961D. No additions. We will have one upgrade. We are going to upgrade this 1949. Definitely a little more luster and better hair detail than the one we have. So, get that plugged in, and we'll be back with Jefferson album number 2. Alright, we are back with album number 2, which is our 1962 through 1995P. We are going to have 2 upgrades. We're going to upgrade this 1994P. We're going to upgrade a 1983D. And we're going to have 2 additions, which will be the last 2 for this album. It will be filled. We have a 1992P that we are going to add. And we have a 1971 filly we are also going to add. I'll go ahead, plug in these ones that are upgraded. So this album is filled. We're just looking for upgrades, which is awesome. All right, I'll be back with album number 3. All right, and album number 3, 1996 through present. We are going to have 1 upgrade, which will be a 2006D, and we're going to have 2 additions. We'll be adding a 2015D. I finally found one. And we're going to be adding a 2004P piece metal. I find a ton of these, but they've really been in terrible shape. So happy to finally have a good one to add. I'll get those plugged in. We'll get this swapped out. I'll be back with the totals of where we stand. We will see you in a minute. All right, we have everything tallied and filled. And it's going to put us now at 173 of 195 spots filled. We have 22 more spots to go. Several of those, I believe 5, we can't even get right now because they're going to be our 2023s and 2024s. So we're getting really close. Very excited for the next hunt. We got to find some of them key dates, and we got to find a few of those missing war nickels. That's what's really holding us up. So it was a great hunt, even despite the fact that we didn't get a ton of finds. Added some more to the Buffalo album, which is great. So I really, really appreciate everybody coming along. Please give it a big thumbs up. Please hit that subscribe button, and we will see you on the next hunt.
I can see the sweet sun pouring